Who here is getting an error that they can't log in? You all are getting it. Okay, so how about we try something else? Yeah. Oh, I guess you can all use Killer Coda. It's Google account now, bro. Whoever didn't get access, can you please navigate to Killer Coda?
Doing the present thing which I said before. If it's working, then okay. That is what we
Oh, whoever, yeah, whoever is already in this playground, you can use this. All right, whoever did not get access to this playground, you guys can go to Killer Coda, and you can use your email to log in. Oh damn, I logged in. Playground.
tell them to go to playgrounds. They are getting confused there. Click on playgrounds and then select Ubuntu. People are just scrolling and that's it.
Acha, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, playground. Folks, if you're logged in, you can just look at what I'm doing right here. You can go to playgrounds. You see playgrounds? Go to playgrounds. Select Ubuntu. That's it. this works. Does everybody have access to at least either of these websites? Yeah? Who is still in the process of logging in? Can you please raise your hands? Okay, okay. Got it? Done? Sit. If it's done, I'll close all these. Acha. Has everybody logged in? Do you have access to at least one Ubuntu playground? I guess in this you can go to Ubuntu 24.4. Yeah. Oh, wow. Nothing. Okay. Okay. So, does everybody have access to a playground? Can I hear a yes? You all didn't have breakfast in the morning. Can I hear a yes? Seriously, again, did you not have breakfast? What happened? Can I hear a yes? Okay, better. This can get better, by the way. Oh, sure. All right, welcome everybody to Bash Scripting, a beginner's guide. Okay, before we start, oops. Yeah. All right. So before we start, even the smallest of detail is okay. There's no wrong answers here. Okay. Let's make it that kind of environment. I'm not your teacher. I'm just your senior. I will not be scolding anybody. We have all memes today. Okay. So please don't get afraid to speak up. I'm very friendly. I don't fight it. So anybody who knows what Linux is, yeah, I told you not to tell anything. Shoot. Shoot. Alright. Do you want to mic?
Linux is an operating system.
Cool. Can someone upload for him, please? Alright. So you said that Linux is an operating system. That's amazing. At least who here knows what an operating system is? I'm pretty sure you will be sitting here without knowing what an operating system is. At least raise your hand if you know what an operating system is. I see one, I see two, three, four, five, six. Nice. What about this? Are you afraid of anything? Because if that is the case, please don't be afraid of anything at all. This is a very free space, safe space. So any kind of doubt that you think might be silly or funny or someone is going to make fun of you for saying that out loud, please don't feel that way. Okay? So I tell you, who here uses Windows? Come on, I know you all use Windows, you just use it. Right? Windows is an operating system. iMac. iMac. Nice. So, what operating system runs on your Mac? Exactly. Mac OS is also an operating system. So, I tell you a very textbook answer to what an operating system is, okay? Your operating system is the interface between the user and your hardware. Alright? So I'll tell you what that means. Let's say you're scrolling your phone, you want to open Instagram, you're feeling bored. Textbooks are there right in front of you, you're like, actually, who wants to read a textbook? I open Instagram and scroll reels. So on your phone, also Android users, I love you all. Apple users, iOS, which is anyway. So you open your Android phone, you scroll all through your app list, or Instagram is right on your home page. Who knows? You click on Instagram. Now, how does your phone know that when you click on Instagram, it's supposed to open Instagram? Have you thought about it that way? Like, how does your phone recognize that, okay, so because this person clicked on this particular place and there is that icon in that place, I'm supposed to open the corresponding app. Because, again, all your apps are stored in your phone's memory, right? So, how does your phone know where to go, which app to fetch and open up for you? Any answers? Yes. Exactly, it's because of the operating system. So basically what happens is when you are trying to do something on either your phone or your laptop, the operating system is acting as a middleman between you and your computer's hardware. So when you, let's say, want to open up a Word document and you want to start typing something, the operating system is telling your computer's hardware, hey, dude, our user wants to open something and write something. So you need to fetch that program from the memory. And once it fetches the program from the memory, it's like, yo, bro, she started typing something. So we need to show something, just to make that happen. So now you need to, so that OS will also tell the computer, your hardware, bro, she's typing something. You also show something on that screen, at least she'll be happy. Poor thing. That's basically what your OS does, in very layman terms. So when it comes to Linux, who even thinks they don't use Linux at all? You've never interacted with it. You never interacted with Linux. Alright. You all don't think you ever interacted with Linux. Anybody else? I don't see active participation from this side. So you all think that you interacted with Linux in some or the other way. Am I right? Or have you not interacted with Linux at all? Which one is the case? First one or the second one? First one? Second one. Alright. So for those of you who said you don't interact with Linux at all, do you use an Android phone? Do you use an Android phone? What if I tell you that Android is built on Linux? You are actually using Linux without knowing it. Alright, who here has a smart TV at home? Smart TV. Smart TVs are also built using Linux. Who watches Netflix? Netflix, Amazon, whatever. Prime, Disney Plus, Geo, Hotstar. Yeah, all those servers are also running Linux. Alright. So that's how ubiquitous Linux is. It's everywhere. You just don't see it. Alright. So with this intro, let's get started with Bash scripting, a beginner's guide. So these are all the things that we're going to be seeing today. I think I just gave you a very brief introduction about Linux. Why Bash scripting? Some basics, some fun programs. After that, we'll see what we can do with this. And at the end, I might sound like a school teacher here, but I'm going to give you some homework. It's fun. It's not like sums that you have to do and all. Very fun homework, okay? Who's excited? వేసుకున్నారా ప్లీజ్ ఏంటబ్బా పొద్దున్న తినరాలేదా ఇంట్లో ఏమైనా తింటారా ఎవరన్నా వేసుకుంటారా ఏ మట్టు వాళ్ళ చిన్నయ్యా గట్టి వేసుకోండి నైస్ అట్లీస్ట్ సమ్ కాన్సలేషన్ సో రైట్ బిఫోర్ వి గెట్ స్టార్టెడ్ just a small intro about Hyderabad. So, Hyderabad is a student-led open source community. Who here knows what open source is? You must have learned about it yesterday, right? With intro to GitHub. Right. So, we're a community that is completely student-led, student-focused. It's by the students, for the students. We are an open source community, and you'll see a lot of Hyderabadis right here. I am also one, by the way. So we believe in a lot of things. We believe learning in public. We believe sharing the knowledge with everybody, and we also believe that good resources should never be gated from you. Also, I'm very happy to tell you we're all meme lovers. So this presentation is going to be a meme fest. Who here likes memes? చేయకుండా అసలు memes చూడరా భయ్యా shy ఉండదు. You can't tell me shy is coming. Be open, it's okay. So yeah, I'm so sorry, bad manners. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Uma. I am a Hyderabadi. I love tech, and being right here, right now, I feel like I'm in my element. This is my space to be with friends and with fellow learners like yourself. And yeah, if I'm not in front of my laptop doing something related to tech, you will find me in front of my laptop ranting on Twitter about how Bhai is probably the best hero ever exist, and everybody else is doing it. Twitterలో ఫేమస్ ఎవరైనా మొదలు పెడతానంటే అంత ముందు నేనే ఉంటాను. పీస్ కెరీరా బొక్క టీఎఫ్ఐ బాగుండదు. టీఎఫ్ఐ. సో రైట్. What are we going to learn? How are we going to learn? On the concepts of a poem. So, we learn in a very fun way. I promise this is not going to be like your classroom session where they're going to teach you about what an operating system is or what Linux is. Alright? And small request, I want this to be interactive. Alright? So, even if you feel shy, please leave a Chinese right at that door because I want you to open up, okay? Alright, is that okay? Is that too much to ask or is that okay with you all? Okay? Great. Yeah, see? A lot of people here thought you don't interact with Linux every day, but we just found out that you do. I know there's a few people from robotics club here. Anybody else from the robotics club? Yeah. Have you made a project using microcontrollers? Right. So you should know like embedded systems are also Linux, right? So
Yes.
can I ask which project you made?
I made doing elevator inspection.
Cool. So you're using a microcontroller?
Yeah, DSP.
ESP which model?
Still searching for that.
Oh, you're still searching for it. Okay. So you want to find out that when you program the microcontroller, all the embedded systems also use Linux. So it's pretty cool. Also, who here has ever used the computer's command prompt? Oh, nice people. No, but I need to ask, like, do you regularly use your command prompt? Or if it's Mac users, do you regularly use your command? Yeah? Why do you... Okay, since you said yes, do you prefer your GUI or do you prefer your terminal? Terminal. Can I ask why? Let's make it a mic.
More easy than GUI.
Great, amazing. So yes, when you go outside and you meet a lot of people who work in, say, networking side or who do DevOps and all, they tell you they prefer their terminal over their GUI. By the way, GUI stands for Graphical User Nice Interface. So graphical user interface is what you see. I'll show you. This is your graphical user interface. Let's say I want to open up a folder. I click that folder, it opens up for me, right? But a terminal is not like that. All the Mac users, you might be familiar with this terminal right here. So this is how a terminal looks like, at least in Mac. In command prompt, it's like bland, white stuff on it. Sorry, looks ugly. Anyways, so this is your terminal. And why do people use terminal? Is because it's faster and it's way more efficient. When you click an icon and you're waiting for that file to load, all that stuff doesn't happen in your terminal. I'll show you something. I just typed two very small letters, and then it's telling me that all these directories or all these files exist in my laptop. So a terminal is much more faster, it's just a much more efficient way to work with your laptop. Okay? So that's why we're going to be focusing on the terminal here today. Cool? So again, lots of people find the terminal to be very intimidating because it's very character based. You have to type in commands. Sometimes your computer will say, I don't recognize that command, or it will say you don't have permissions. It's all part of the learning curve. Okay? Right. Before we go further, anybody here who knows what Kali Linux is? I know you know. Correct. Anybody here from cybersecurity branch? Nice. Nobody else? Alright, so okay. Do you know what Ubuntu is at least? I just asked you to open an Ubuntu playground, right? Have you heard of Ubuntu before? Okay. Who here has never heard of Ubuntu before? Oh, that's okay, that's alright. All part of the learning curve. Who here knows Red Hat? Red Hat Linux. No, I see one there. Okay, good. Who here knows what Debian is? Debian OS? Ah, I see one hand right there. Cool. All these different names, Red Hat, Debian, Kali Linux, they're all Linux. At a very basic level, they're all Linux. But then if they're all Linux, why do you think there are all these different names? Any idea? Great, exactly. Different functionalities. So the amazing thing about Linux is the very base of Linux, aka the kernel. I'll tell you what that is. That kernel is open source. You can go to GitHub and if you search for Linux kernel, you get it. You can download that code and then you can build whatever you want on top of it. So when it comes to Kali Linux is used by cybersecurity specialists because it gives a lot more functionalities when it comes to cybersecurity. Red Hat is a more business-oriented Linux. It's mostly used for like business purposes. Ubuntu is way more friendly. You can install it on your computers at home, and it's way more general purpose. So if you're ever sitting in that FSD lab, no, don't open Windows. Try opening Ubuntu. At least you can play games. I'm telling you, it's fun. Try whatever you learn here today on those systems. So, all of these, if I might simplify even further, the Linux kernel is basically ice cream. Who here likes ice cream? Right? We all like ice cream, right? So the Linux kernel is what makes ice cream ice cream, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So let's think of it this way. The Linux kernel is plain vanilla ice cream. Okay? Does that make sense now? Cool. So if the Linux kernel is plain vanilla ice cream, all the flavors, all the toppings that you add, like chocolate sauce or like brownie or caramel syrup, whatever, all those flavors that you add into your vanilla ice cream, those flavors are distributions, all the Linux distributions from one another. So you can say that plain vanilla ice cream is Linux kernel, and if I add a chocolate brownie, it will become Ubuntu. Or if I add rainbow sprinkles, it will become Red Hat. Or if I add like a caramel syrup, it will become Kali Linux. Do you now understand how they differ from one another? Cool. Yeah, see? I told you, Linux is pretty much everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see Linux. It's in servers, it's in laptops. Your Android is built on Linux. Networking. Okay, any third or fourth year students? Cool. Have you ever tried Cisco's packet tracing? I know you guys are. Third year students, specifically third year students. Do you have a subject called computer networks? Can I hear a yes more loudly, please? Yes. Right. So, if you get a really cool teacher, they'll teach you how to use Cisco's packet tracer. So, Cisco is a company, they make all these amazing routers and switches and all. You learn what those are in computer networks. All those hardware devices also run using Linux. Cool. So, there's like two big, you can imagine there's like a few big operating system families in the world. There's Unix, which is Linux and all those other distros that come with it. And then there's Windows. Okay? So Linux is everywhere. Alright. So all those people who have used their online terminals, who here is using an online terminal? The playground, the Ubuntu playground. Can you raise your hands, please? Cool, okay. I want you to do something right now. I want you to type along with me, okay? Type ECHO, echo, space, dollar sign, and shell, all caps. Has everybody here typed that? And click enter. Echo dollar shell and click enter. What does it say for you all? Can I hear it loudly, please? Win bash, right? Win bash is what we are going to be using today. Do you know what bash stands for? Any wild guesses? Not you. Sure. Any wild guesses as to what bash stands for? No. So, that's it.
War against shell.
Nice. Also, if you don't know, born against shell is basically a plane of JSON board. Who can know JSON board? Born identity, born sequence, anything like this. Who is all of you get to know it though? For Mac users such as myself, if I open a terminal and I start doing something, my default shell is going to be Z shell. Okay. Now, then comes the question: yes, here. I know that petroleum company shell. I played guess the logo, so I know it from there. But what is this shell? So your shell is basically your interactive terminal. And most of the times that terminal is also a scripting language. For Macs, especially after Catalina, the default shell is Z shell. There's a very simple way that you can switch shells. You just have to type in ch. You can see it right here. With Linux, it's bash by default. You're using Windows, you either need to install WSL or you need to use an online playground. But for Macs, we need to switch it. So right, chsh dash s slash bin slash bash. Oh, you can't see it anyway, so that's fine. Okay, I'll just restart my terminal. Right. So it says something that it never said before. Let me try that echo shell again. It says bin bash for me. So that's how you change shells if you're ever using your terminal on your Mac. Now comes this question. What is this bin? I know trash bin. I know dustbin. What is bin? Any ideas what bin is? Hmm? Great, that's a great answer. Can you give it a minute? Yeah.
A place where you store your files.
Amazing. Can we have a round of applause for her, please? Right. So in Linux, everything is a file. Okay. Even the commands that we're going to be learning today, they're files. Everything is stored in the form of a file. So bin actually stands for binaries. So I hope everybody knows that a computer can only understand zeros and ones. It can't understand human readable language, right? So in that bin directory, or it's a directory by the way. A directory is basically like a folder. Okay? So in Linux, folders are known as. I expect an answer, people. Folders are known as. Sorry, I'll give you the answer. They're called directories. Okay? So folders are known as directories. Exactly. So whatever you see with that slash right there, it's always a directory. Should we navigate into bin? Who here wants to navigate, see what's inside bin? Cool, okay. So before we do that, I'll teach you a very simple command, okay? It's called ls. Alright? So ls stands for list show. When you type in ls, it's going to list all the directories or all the files that are in the current directory that you're in right now. So if I do ls, all these stuff appears. For all the people using the online terminals, can I know what's coming up for you if you type ls? This file systems. Okay, cool. Now, I can see here clearly that I don't find a directory called bin, right? Because all the Linux files are stored in a sort of a hierarchical structure. It's like an inverted tree with one root at the very top and then everything else in sort of branches. Okay. Now we need to find out where this bin is actually stored. For that, I'll teach you another command, which I believe you know already. What does that do? Great. So since the binaries directory is not here right now, I want to move out. Right now it says, this is my full name by the way, anybody wondering. Right now it says Himala Pilivasa. That's the user. That's me. So what do I do if I want to go to a folder above? Do I do cd dot dot or do I do cd with something else? Cd dot dot, exactly. Ah, this till suddenly changed into users. Has anything happened on your online terminals? Alright, so let's check if something has happened. Let's go ls. Ooh, something happened on mine for sure. I navigated out. What does it show for y'all with ls? Okay. Let's try cd dot one more time. See what happens. And ls again. Ah. I want you all to keep navigating outside of that file directory until you reach the root. Root is basically represented with a forward slash in Linux. So I want you all to keep navigating outside until you reach that forward slash. Have you reached the forward slash? I got bin because I did ls. You got bin?
It's fine with you. You may also do it in Killa
अच्छा ठीक है.
because they are very very.
Oops. Okay. You know what? Let me do this in Killa Koda. Shit. Oh, now it works. Hi. Acha, okay, it's here. I'm doing it on Killer Coda if anybody is interested. Okay. You just had to do cd dot once. Everybody here? Is this what your LS shows you? Cool. Do you see a bin? Shall we change into that bin? We'll see what's inside. Okay? Oh, oops. Right. Is this okay for you? Is it visible? Cool. Shall we change into CD? Shall we change into bin? We'll see what's inside bin.
For those people who are not able to go there, just type cd slash because in a few different playgrounds it's a bit different.
Okay. People reached here? Okay. I'll ask you now, how do I navigate into the bin directory? A louder response, please. Or at least maybe raise your hands, whoever wants to answer. Yes. Okay.
cd space bin.
Amazing. So that's exactly what we're going to do. CD. By the way, if you're feeling lazy and you're like, I don't want to type the entire directory's name, I'm very lazy. I'll show you a cool little trick. So you can just type B and press your tab. It doesn't work because there's two different, I guess it's a directory and a file that start with a B, maybe BI, and then it works. Yeah. So if you're like, I can't type a long file name, you can always type like the starting 2 or 3 characters, and then if you press your tab button on your keyboard, the terminal will automatically fill it in for you. Okay? Cool little trick. Always handy to know. Aha. Okay, looks like I'm in bin. Now, who here knows uh, what to do if you're suddenly stuck? You don't know where you are, but you want to know which directory you're in. Do you know that there's a command to print that? I heard somebody else has a different answer. You were saying something? So if you're stuck somewhere in somebody else's laptop, you don't know where you are, you don't know which directory you're in. What is your first step? What do you do? Any ideas? There's two things that you can do. Much more redundant way I'll show you. There's another much more faster, efficient way of doing it. You can go PWD. So PWD stands for Print Working Directory. So if you just click enter, see it prints what directory you're right now in. All right. So we're in the bin directory. Correct place to be. How do I display all the files in bin directory? Louder. Okay. LS. Oh my god. Okay. Lots of different files. Okay, quick competition. Who here can scroll up, find where CD is? Quick, come on. Who can scroll to CD? Quick, 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 quick. Find CD. If you found CD, raise your hand. CD. It goes in the numbers. CD is there. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I'll scroll up. Maybe I'll come across a command that I can teach. Oh, damn. Oh, right. Cool. I found a really nice, smart little command. Who am I? Do you know what who am I does? Anybody here who knows what the command who am I does? From the attendees. From the attendees. I'll show you what who am I does. I'll do it in my terminal if that's okay. So if I type who am I, prints my name. That's what who am I does. You type in who am I, it tells you the username. My username is registered as Umadana Universa on the laptop. So it prints my entire name. Very simple, very fun command to use. So right now, alright. Right now we know that there's a command called who am I. We just found it right here. See, we found it, right? Who here wants to see what that file looks like? Yeah, cool. Now, who here knows how to at least open that file? How do you open it? Can someone get in the mic, please?
Mount space file.
You want to tell me how to do that?
MOUNT.
MOUNT.
Who am I?
Who am I? Oops. That does work. I'm not saying that it doesn't. But there's another little small command that we can use. I don't know if it will work here, but let's try. It's called cat. Cat, you know cats? Meow meow. Yeah, you know cats? So maybe let's try cat. Cat. Who am I? Aha. That works. Oh shit. See, look at all this shit. We can't read it, but that's what your computer understands. So when you type who am I, this is what the computer is getting. This is how your computer understands that when you type in who am I, oh, okay, I'm supposed to print the username. Okay? Cool little command, cat. Cat actually stands for concatenate, but I don't know if Linux founders were cat persons. They named it cat. I personally am not a cat person, dog person, sorry. But yeah, so this is fun, right? This is what your computer understands when you type in who am I. It's probably going to look different in everybody's systems, especially if they're using the terminal. But essentially, this is how you can access files. This is how you can, access all the directories. Let's see if it works on mine. Let's see how it looks. ls cd bin. Oh, okay. Okay, is there a command that you want to see? Or is there a command that you don't know? Who here knows? Hey, I just told you one command that you know, right? Yeah. What else have I told you for now? I told you ls. I told you pwd. Okay, those are the only things I told you for now. Do you want to see what? Okay, do you want to see what cat looks like on my system? Let's see if it works. Never did it, but okay. Wow. Damn. It looks like my computer is dying right now. Cool. So apparently this is what cat looks like on mine. We had never seen this before. First time for me also. This is the first time for everything. So right now, how do you know which directory you're in? What do you do? Can I get a response from somebody else? PWD, amazing. So PWD says right now that I'm in bin. So what happens if I do that? Does it work? Cool, it works. Okay. So I want you all to type this one. CD space tilde. If you don't know where that tilde button is, it should probably be right under the escape button. Did you navigate out of bin? If you want to make sure that you navigated out of bin, yeah. Okay. वो तो भी कर सकते हैं, but I told them I'll show them an efficient way of doing it.
From 4 lines.
Everybody done with that CD tilde? So now, why did I do this tilde? Anybody know the reason why I did that tilde? Why is it that I specifically know to do that tilde? Any answers? Any guesses? Yes.
Go to the loop directory.
Amazing. Can we have a round of applause for him? Hey, clap louder, bro. What is this? Nice. So tilde basically is the symbol which denotes the root directory. All right. That is basically where your terminal starts. It's where you can navigate into the system or out of the system. Okay. Cool. Let me do this on mine. See, I'm back. So if I do ls, oops, it shows me everything that it showed me in the beginning. Okay. So on Killer Coda, I don't think there's. Yeah. Okay. You don't have. Okay. Cool. I'll teach you to do something else as well. Who here knows what MKDIR stands for? MKDIR. Can we get a mic to the person in the last? Here, red shirt. Yeah.
Make directory.
Amazing. So MKDIR, applause please. Thank you. So MKDIR stands for make directory, right? So I'll teach you how to make a directory right now. Acha chalo. We should give this a fun name, no? What fun name do you think we should give this? Any ideas? You only tell me. I'll name the directory. Any fun ideas for a name? Nice. Chalo, we'll name this directory LHW. Enter. Can you all do that on your terminals, please? So if you do ls, it should show you that there is a directory that's called LHW. Done till this point? Yes? Raise your hand. Great, amazing. Now, there's supposedly something called snap, there's supposedly called file system, and then there's LHW. I'll show you one more little trick. Do ls dash l. Who here knows what this can do? Why don't you all press enter? Oh, wow. Weird stuff. Okay, can anybody in the audience read what all of this mumbo jumbo stands for? No one? Okay, that's alright. I'll teach you. So, I basically want you all to forget this for now. Just don't look at the first letter, okay? After that, we're going to break this into 3 sections, okay? So 3 characters, RWX is one group, RWX another group, RWX another group, okay? 3 different groups. Cool. So, now that we've broken everything down, let's start with the very first character, okay? If the very first character is a D, like just what you see here, it means that this LHW and this snap, they're directories, they're folders, okay? L, I believe might denote that it's a file, okay? Because if you do this on my terminal, I'll show this to you on my personal terminal. Yeah, see? Package.json and package.json are both files. That's why it's a dash right here. Okay? So if it's a file for most people, it will probably show a little dash. If it's a directory, this first character will always show D. Okay? Again, then what is this RWX? So R stands for read, W stands for write, and X stands for execute. So these are basically permissions. Okay? So on Linux, it follows the principle of least privilege. Okay? When you, let's say, create a file, an executable file, it will not give you all permissions at once. It will at most give you only read permissions. Okay? That is to basically protect the system. Let's say you wrote some script. Who here understands Telugu? I hope everybody understands Telugu. Cool. ఏదో అడ్డగోలు స్క్రిప్ట్ రాశారు. Okay? And you want to execute it. You might never know if that script will damage your system. You might have written some wrong command. It might do some damage to your system. You don't want that to happen. So in Linux, it will never give you execute permissions right at the very beginning. Okay? So that's why you see these RWX. They basically tell you what permissions these files or these directories have. Now, I told you to break it into 3 groups of RWX, right? So the very first 3 that you see right here, that's for the user. Okay. So this is basically for the owner. Whoever owns this system, they will have read, write, and execute permissions. Next, read, write, and next is for a group of users. So if you are an owner and let's say you own a huge server farm and you want to give permissions to a very specific group of technicians. Okay? Let's say you're running a super secret laboratory, you're running supercomputers in that, and you're like mining Bitcoin. You don't want everybody to have access to your Bitcoin, right? It's hot commodity. You can't just give away like 3 Bitcoins to every technician. That might be hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? So how you can protect that from happening is you can assign specific users with specific permissions. So this second group of RWX is for a group. So we can assign, let's say, group A people can have only read permission. Group B people can have both read and write permission. And group C people can have all read, write, and execute permissions. So that is the second group of RWX. The third group of RWX is for basically every other new person who's using the system. So all the others who are not the owner or not part of the group, those people, what permissions they have are given with these RWX. Okay? So now, can you read this snaps permissions? Anybody who wants to volunteer and tell me who has read, write, and execute permissions? Can you maybe raise your hand and pick someone? You've been doing it far too long. Oh, this is someone right here. Here, Ash.
The owner can read, write, and execute the
Cool. And the rest?
so they have. They do not have.
Amazing. Can we have a round of applause? So that's amazing. Only the owner can have read, write, and execute permission. Nobody else has this. What about LHW? You can see something's missing. What is missing? Yes, it's missing write permissions. So the owner has all the permissions, but the other people don't have write permissions. They have read and execute permissions. Who understood how permissions work? Great. Cool. Oh, we did lot. I showed you ls. I showed you ls-l. Oh, who here knows what ls-a stands for? Oh, there's someone there who knows what LSA stands for. Can we get a mic to that person, please? There's no mic? To show the hidden file. Amazing. Can we have a round of applause? Exactly. So not every file is visible by default. Okay, I'll show this to you on my personal system. You can clearly see that there's a bunch of directories called downloads, desktop, applications, packet tracer, public pictures, whatever. But there's a lot of hidden files that your computer does not show you by default. So if you do ls-a, oh, suddenly there are way too many files and directories than I asked for. So you can see this Python history, this VS Code. I think if I scroll up, you'll find even more of these hidden ones. See? You see config, you see Python, you see matplot library, MongoDB, npm. All these files didn't show up when I said ls. They suddenly showed up now. So cool tip for Mac users. You can always try shift, command and period buttons to show all these hidden files on your graphical user interface. Nice. We're done with all the LS ones. We're done with CD. We're done with PWT and who am I? We're done with CAT. I didn't show you touch, right? So who here can tell me what touch does? So anybody else maybe? Okay, we found one.
To create a file.
Yes, can we have a round of applause? So shall we try the touch command? I'll navigate to that killer code only again. I'll show you there. Cool. So let me type in touch. Let's make a text file, .txt extension file. What do you want to name it? Okay. TFI fans ఎంతమంది అమ్మా చెయ్యొద్దండి. Nobody else watches movies or what? TFI, Telugu film industry fans. Who here watches movies at least? Raise your hand. I'm pretty sure everyone watches movies, right? Chalo, tell me your favorite hero's name. Bye. Who else?
అది నువ్వు చూసుకో 4 minutes అయిపోతుంది.
All right, chalo. We'll create a bhai text folder. Sorry, text file. So bhai.txt. Okay. I want you to press enter on this. Okay. Clearly something happened. So how do I know that I've created a bhai.txt file? What do I do? ls, exactly. Are it works? We created a bhai.txt file. Cool. So this is what touch is basically used for. It just creates a file. I'll show you how to edit it and all later. Okay. It's coming up. By the way, folks, if you see that your environment is expiring in a few minutes, I hope you can restart. I'll restart mine. See, you can restart. So that's fine. Okay. Cool. We've seen cat, we've seen all of these touch. We'll do RMDIR later. Okay. Right. Now, fun stuff. Okay. I'll teach you how to write a very simple script. Okay. So I have a very specific folder for that in my at least in my computer. So can you help me change into that? Okay. I'll tell you where it is. It's on my desktop. Okay.
Yeah, so for people who have clicked on restart, if you do ls, you won't be able to see all the files which you have created now. So the playground is restarted, so that is why you have lost everything. That is why in your system it will be there, but because it's an online playground, they won't be available, okay? So the by.txt which you have created must have gone, so you can do that again. I mean, commands is doing right now. That's all.
ఫస్ట్ బాయ్ చేశారు రీడ్ ఓన్లీ ఫైల్ క్రియేటర్ అని ఉంది ls హైఫన్ l నొక్కుంటే ఆ ఫైల్ కనిపించదు.
రీస్టార్ట్ చేశారా ఏంది ప్లేగ్రౌండ్ కనిపించట్లేదా?
మ్యాథ్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నాను.
ls.l చేస్తే ఉంటుంది. సరే తర్వాత చూద్దాం ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ.
ఐ విల్ గెట్ బ్యాక్ టు యూ అని చెప్పారు.
All right. So I just told you that I have a very specific folder. It's called practice. It's on my desktop. Okay. Now, can you all help me change into that specific folder called practice? What do I do first? CD. It's on my desktop. So what do I change into? I can't hear anybody. CD desktop. Thank you. So I'll show you how that tab button works. DE and if I enter tab, it auto completes it for me. Okay. Now, ls, all of these are the folders on my desktop. I need to navigate into practice. What do I do? Louder, please. CD practice. Exactly. Cool. So if I do ls, these are all the files that are already in there. Okay. This won't work for you on your online playground, but it works for me because it's on my laptop. Okay. Now, we'll write a very simple command for now. Okay. I want you to type with me echo space double quotation marks hello world, because that's the first program we all learn. Oops. Okay. Have you all typed that? What happens when you press enter? Oh, oops. My bad. Suddenly, my shell is saying hello world. Okay. But when it comes to this command, I can't type multiple lines, right? I need to open some sort of an editor so that I can write multiple lines, maybe write an executable script that can do some fun things. How do I do that? You can use a really nice, very simple, very forgiving editor called Nano. Okay, so go ahead and type in Nano space. What shall we name this script? We'll call it Hello World because that's exactly what this program is going to be doing. Okay, let's do hello underscore world. Oh, by the way, all that file naming rules that you learned in C, C++, Python, they apply here also. File names cannot have spaces. They need to be separated by using an underscore. Okay, and also you can't name file names with any command names. Okay, make sense? So I click enter. Suddenly I'm taken here. I don't know how it looks on Kilakoda, so I'll try there as well. Ah, okay. Looks the same. Cool. Now, there's a very specific first line that you have to type, okay? And it's called shebang. That's it. Those two character combination, it's called shebang. 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 So shebang is basically telling the computer that, bro, listen, I'm writing a shell script, I'm writing a bash script. I want you to use bash to execute this script. Okay? That's what this first line is telling your computer. That అన్న నేను బ్యాష్ రాస్తాను స్క్రిప్ట్ సో నువ్వు బ్యాష్తోనే దీన్ని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, సో shall we type in the same thing that we typed in our terminal earlier? Can you all do that for me? Can you type echo hello world? Done with it? Who here has typed echo hello world in their nano editor? Okay, you can go on, it's all right. Done with it? All right, so now we have to save and exit. Question is, how do you save and exit? So you exit by doing Control X. Go ahead and type in Control X. Has it changed? It says save modified buffer for me. I hope that's what it tells you as well. All right, I want you to type Y. Just click Y. Y is basically your save button. You're saying that this is the file that I want to save. Okay. File name to write is hello world. We've already given it. So press enter. Cool. You must be back into your playground, right? Now, how do you know that that file is created? Can I hear a little bit of a louder answer? Okay. See, there is something called hello world.sh. Shall we try running it? See if it works. So, you can run by doing bash and the file name. Okay? Have you typed it out? Want to press enter? Press enter. Is it showing some sort of an error for you all? No? That's okay. This works, right? Has your computer printed hello world in your terminal? Let me try. Amazing, works. Now I don't want this to say hello world. I want it to do something else. I want to have a conversation, full on conversation with the script. How do I do that? I'll teach you. By the way, you don't have to keep typing commands. You can use your arrow keys to navigate. Okay? So I want you all to go back to nano. Okay? Just use your arrow key till it reaches nano hello world. Okay? Press enter. It'll take you back to the exact same editor again. Okay? Now, my computer has told me hello world. I also want to tell it hi computer. But then this computer is a little bit, ఈ కంప్యూటర్ షుగర్ ఉందన్నమాట ఆగదు. So I need to make it stop. I can make it stop by using a small little command. Okay, cool. Has anybody here encountered any problems with their online playground? here who's encountering problems?
So everyone, while all the people are catching up, let me tell you a little bit. So Nano is like, suppose in Windows you open your notepad, right? And your notepad you can type some text in it. So it's an editor. So in Linux we have something called Nano. It's an editor. So you can use it to write something in the files and blah 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 blah. So we have saved our file with .sh. Okay, .sh is for scripts, and so that okay, yeah, Linux knows that okay, this is a script I can execute. So in Windows it's like .exe, right, for all the programs which you run. So a lot of people were asking this, so I just wanted to clarify it. Cool. Your response cool or any trouble?
Folks, it's okay to say yes or no. We're not that bad.
So how many people are done with it? How many people are not done with it? Just raise your hands quickly. Not done with it. Get it down, get it down. Not done with it. See, I've seen people who did not raise their hands. Just it's fine, you're students, just raise your hand, we are here to help you. So how many of you are not done with it? Again. Everyone who are done with it, raise your hands. Yeah, cool. Cool.
Cool. If we're done with the very basic echo,
This is the shebang thing. Make sure tell them that we have tried the shebang.
okay, cool. Folks, let me tell you, any program that you're going to write with shell scripting, shebang is necessary. Okay? Please don't forget to write shebang. Okay? So hash, exclamation, slash bin, slash bash is extremely necessary because that is how your computer will understand that it's supposed to execute the file with the help of the bash shell. Okay? Cool. Now, I said that I wanted to have a full-on conversation with this script, right? And I also said that దీనికి షుగర్ ఎక్కువ ఆగదు లైన్ ప్రింట్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్తుంది I want it to stop because I have to speak as well, right? Now, how do I make this stop? I can use a very handy little command called sleep. Yeah. So type in sleep. So sleep will stop the execution for a specified number of seconds. Okay, I want it to stop for how many seconds? How many seconds is needed for you to tell this hello computer? 2 seconds, 1 second, how many seconds? 2 seconds? 2 seconds, we'll make it stop for 2 seconds. I'll just type 2. Sleep 2. Then I'll say hello computer. Now computer will ask me, how are you doing today? How am I supposed to make the computer say, how are you doing today? Sorry? Exactly. Can you give her a mic?
Echo.
Can we have a round of applause? Folks, louder. Good. So let's type in echo, how are you doing today? Works. I want you all to go ahead and type some response. Okay? Go ahead, type it. Okay, that's what my computer will say. Now I want to give a response. I am doing well. How are you? Or maybe I am doing well. How many seconds do you want this to stop? 5 seconds? Okay. How do I make it stop for 5 seconds? Good. Go ahead and type that out. Sleep 5. Now that is done. Okay. Shall we make it print the date? Does that work? Okay. So I'll show you how that date works very quickly. Okay. Please don't close Nano on your computers. I'll show you how to print the date and I'll come back to this. Okay. Please don't close Nano on your computers. Okay. So if you type in, there's a very simple command called date. Okay. It will print today's date and time. Cool. We'll use this in the script. We'll tell the script only to execute one Linux command. Okay. For that, you are going to have to use variables. Okay. So with variables, it's very simple. You don't have to tell Linux that, like in C, you don't have to like declare it at the very beginning. It's more like Python, where you can just give it dynamically. Okay. So I'm going to call this, I don't know, time. I'll call this variable time. You can call this variable whatever you want it. Okay. Bye, Nagarjuna, whatever. Up to you. Okay. No space. Okay. This is very important when it comes to shell scripting. No space. Cool. Dollar sign, open parenthesis, date, and close parenthesis. So this is how you declare variables, which are essentially Linux commands in shell scripting. Okay. So the dollar is basically telling Linux that, bro, this is a command that the user wants to execute inside the script. Okay. And please ensure that there's no space in between the equal to symbol that is going to throw an error. Okay. Now I want the computer to tell me today's date. How do I do that? Great, amazing, echo. So I'll tell it echo. The time is. Now, do I just print? So now it's time, right? Cool. How do I save and get out of Nano? What is the first step? A little bit louder. Control X. What do I have to type next? Y. Next.
Enter.
Good. I'm out of Nano right now. Okay. again. Huh? By the way, this is what I want to see in all of your nanos. Okay? Done typing. Who here isn't done typing? Go ahead. Done typing? Everybody's done? If you're done, can you please raise your hands? You're not done typing? Good? Cool. Now, I need to execute my file, right? I'm lazy. I don't want to keep typing bash, file name. Instead, you can do a neat little trick. Period, forward slash. So that dot forward slash is equivalent to bash. Okay? So I want you to type in hello world because that's the program name. Oops. .sh. Okay? Can you guys press enter? Ouch. That isn't supposed to happen. That didn't happen before. Why is it happening now? It's telling me permissions are denied. How do I check my permissions for my file? We learned a neat little command. ls-l. I heard an ls-l from somewhere. I don't know who said it. So ls-l. Uh-oh. Hello world has which permissions? Read and write permissions. Now I need to give it execute permissions. There's a neat little command. It's called chmod. Okay? chmod. So chmod will grant permissions. Okay? There's a few different ways that you can give permissions. I'll teach you all the methods and then you can use whatever you want later. Okay? Right now, simple plus x and the file name. Cool? Has everybody typed this specific command? You can press enter if you're done with it. Let me clear my screen. It's a mess right now. Good. Also, if you want to clear your screen, you can always just type in clear or you can use Control L. Okay, that's how you can clear your screen. If it's looking, really bad, that's how you can do it. Okay. Now, again, how do I check if my file has been granted execute permissions? Great. Aha. Hello world has execute permissions. Does your script, does everybody's script have execute permissions? Everybody got it? Cool. Now shall we try running it? How do I run it? Yes, / hello world, right? Hello world, hello computer. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. Uh-oh. Time is time. That's not correct. At least that's not how we intended it. How do we change this? We need to go back into our file that see something that we did wrong and we need to change so that when it says the time is, it needs to print the time. Cool? Let's go back to nano again. Also, people, you don't have to keep typing nano hello world. Please use the up and down arrow keys on your keyboard. Okay, so if I keep clicking my up arrow, I found my way to nano. Okay, cool. Everybody's in nano. Have you guys navigated to nano? Anybody who still hasn't made their way into nano? Done? You're all in nano? Good. Now, you can clearly see that we gave a variable called time, but it's not printing. In Linux, the way you print variables is by using a dollar symbol. Okay? So you need to navigate to wherever this time is. I want your cursor to be right on T. Okay? Can you please navigate till there and add a dollar symbol? Okay? Are you done with it? I want you to save this file and exit nano. How do I do it? What's my first step? A little louder. Control X. Next. Next. Good. Everybody out of nano in the terminal? Alright. How about we try executing this once again? See what happens. Hello, computer. I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you doing? Hey, works. Cool. Alright. Who here hasn't been able to execute it? Can you please raise your hand? Anybody else who hasn't been able to execute Hello World, can you please raise your hand? We'll come help you out. Everybody done? Good. Folks, if you aren't able to follow, or if I'm going too fast, the code's picture has been posted in the WhatsApp group, so you can check your WhatsApp group, okay? Also, please let me know if I'm going too fast, okay? Yeah, see, we did something similar to this, similar to what you see, okay? I want you all to type out this in your nano. Give it a new file name. It's right now my file here is called scriptay.sh. I am giving you 5 minutes. Create a script called script underscore a.sh that does exactly this. I'm giving you the code as well. 5 minutes. I'll start a timer also. Timer for 5 minutes, okay? I hope you all can see it. Your 5 minutes starts now. Go, 5 minutes. Come on, quick. If anybody is facing any problems, you can raise your hand. We'll always come to help People, if your timer has expired, you'll see on the left hand side that there is a blue button called start. Okay, you need to keep pressing that start so that you can run whatever you want. So don't forget to keep pressing that blue start button. Time up, time up. It's been more than a minute since time was up. But yeah, time up, people. Stop typing. Who here has managed to type out the entire script? Please raise your hands. Good, good, good. Most people. Who here has tried executing this file? Amaze balls. Did you give it execute permissions? Has this run for you? Great, amazing. You just wrote your first bash script. Congrats to you. Round of applause. All right. Shall we move on? Now that we know the basics of scripting. Damn. User input. So do you know you can take user input as well from bash? How about? So now that we've had a full-on conversation with our computer, we haven't introduced ourselves quite clearly to our computer. How about we write a script that does exactly that? Okay? What do you want to name this script? Or shall we just edit the same hello script underscore A? We'll edit that same script underscore A. Can you all open that? I'm already in my nano. What is the very first line that should go into any bash script? And what are the two characters that are supposed to be in the front? Yeah. What is that combination called? Shebang. Exactly. Just remember shebang. Makes life much easier. Okay. Let me type that in first. Okay. Now, the computer will ask me for my name. Okay. Can you all write that? What is your name? So that the computer will ask me what my name is. So now my computer will ask me for my name. I should give it my name. How do I give the computer my name? You use a simple command called read. Read name, because I'm giving it my name. How do you print a variable? A little bit louder, I'm hearing the right answers. It's all right, people. Dollar, good. So, echo. Hello, dollar name. How do I make the execution stop for a second? Good. How about I give it my age? Okay. Try reading age input. I'll give you all 30 seconds. Try reading an input from the user that takes their age. Okay? Alright, I'm done. So you can type in whatever you want, but this is what I've typed. I'm going to save and exit, okay? I want you all to save this script and exit Nano. Good? Do it. Quick. I've saved my script. I've exited. If I execute it, will it work? No, right? Give it execute permissions. I'll show you another way of giving it execute permissions, okay? Before that, quick theory lesson. Okay. Wait a minute, not that sorry. Good. Disadvantage. This is another way of giving execute permissions, okay? In CS mod, you can even use numbers to give it permissions, okay? So each group of 3 is represented by numbers. So R has a value of 4, W has a value of 2, X has a value of 1. Okay? So we want to give it read, write and execute permissions. We give it 4 plus 2 plus 1. How much? What's 4 plus 2 plus 1? 7. Good. So we want to give the user read, write and execute permissions. You can do 7. So if you do 777, the lucky number at the casino, it will give read, write and execute permissions to everybody, the user, the group and others. Let's say you type in 744. That means that it will give RWX permissions for the user, but the group and others will only get read permission. Okay? So if you do 644, the user will only get read and write permissions, he not get execute permissions. Okay? Understood? I hope that made sense. Who here did not understand what I just said? Small theory. Alright, which part? Can I ask which part you didn't understand exactly? The values. Okay. So all these permissions are broken into groups of 3, right? Those groups are the users, the group, and others, right? Following? Good. So R, the permission R has a weightage of 4. Write has a weightage of 2. Execute has a weightage of 1. So if you want to give R, W, X all permissions, you need to give 4 plus 2 plus 1, which is 7. So if you only give 6, what combination of numbers from 4 to 1 will give you 6? 4 and 2, right? So that means you're only giving read and write permissions. If you're only giving a weightage of 4, which permission will you be giving it? Only read permission. Is that clear now? Everybody got it? Good. So I'll be giving it chmod 744. I am the only one who's going to be executing it. And script A, right? Good. Also, this is looking like gibberish. If you want to clear your screen, just type in clear and enter. Okay? Cool. Folks, if you're still getting a permission denied message in your terminal, that means that your file does not have execute permissions. Okay? If you want to do the number method, you can do what I just taught you, 744. If you're not comfortable with numbers, you can just do chmod plus X. Okay? This will basically grant execute permissions to all users, groups, and others. Okay? I hope you've given the execute permissions for the file. How do I run script underscore A? Good. Cool. Why don't you all give it your name? My name's Uma, so I'll type in Uma. Hello, what's my age? I'm 20, so I'll give it 20. So rude. I'm only 20, I'm not old. My computer can't call me old, I'm 20. Now, I'm offended by my computer. Go to hell, computer. I can call maybe 30-year-old person old. I'm not old. I'm not old. Now, how do I stop my computer from calling me old? Any ideas of how you can do that? You can change the age. How do you change age? Because if I open my script right now, whatever age I give it, it will always call me old. There is a very basic conditional statement that you all have learned. Great. Let's try learning if-else conditions, okay? So we're done with this. There you go. I'm not old, okay? So let's try writing if-else conditions. Let me delete this last statement. FU computer. Okay. So if statements are fun to write, okay? The syntax is also something that you're familiar with. So please follow along as I type, okay? I'll type and then I'll explain everything. Good? Okay. What do you want the threshold limit to be that you're called old? 50. They were anyway old. They're very nearly senior citizens at that point. Another 15 years. 30? 30, okay, everybody? Below 30, you're young and cool. Above 30, you're old. Uncle. Works for you? Good. I'll type in how to do that and then I'll explain. I want you all to type along with me, okay? Please open Nano. Please open your scripts. We'll change the script, okay? Also, your young seems like a very generic statement. I want my computer to riz me. What is the ultimate Rizzler statement that my computer can give me? Any ideas? Any suggestions? Oh, oh. Fine, sir. I'll take it as a compliment. I want you all to type at least till here, okay? If you're done typing, if you can't see, I'll make it a little bit bigger. Everybody's done typing. I still see a few people. Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Done typing, everybody? Everybody type this entire script? Good. Now I'll explain what exactly it is that I've written. Okay? So if $age, why did I use $age? Good, because it's a variable, it's a user input. Bash doesn't recognize variables unless you use that dollar symbol. Okay? Now you see that dash LT, it stands for less than. Okay? So the dash LT is basically your less than symbol. Cool. So what we're telling dash to do is, look, if the person enters a number that is less than 30, then print this first statement. You don't look your age. Okay? Now, why did I use that semicolon and then? There's two ways that you can write an if statement. You can write it like this. So if this condition is true, then you do this. Okay? Because I wanted to write if condition and the then keyword in a single line, I use that semicolon. If that's not something that you want to do, you can delete that semicolon, write it then in the next line as well. It might look something like this. It might look something like this. If this is more your style, all power to you, you can keep doing this. If not, I prefer my scripts to look like this. It's just general preference, you don't have to strictly follow this all the time. Okay? So, if age is less than 30, it prints age, you don't look your age. If not, it tells me I'm old. Now, what is this file? Any guesses? It's just basically if written backwards. Simple, there's nothing more to it. It's how you enter if else statement in bash scripting. Okay? So right side. Now, I want you all to save this file, give it execute permissions and execute. Go. Were you able to execute it? Shall I do it? I'll do it as well. What's your name? Zuma. Hello computer, I am OT. Hey, works. How about we give it a number? How about we give it the number exactly 30? See what happens then. Shall we do that? Name. Wow. So computer just insulted everybody who's 30 and above. Okay. So there's a lot of ways that you can use less than and greater than. You can use LT for less than. You can use G dash GT for greater than, dash GE greater than or equal to, and dash LE less than or equal to. Okay. All of these are comparison operators that you can use. Cool. In case you haven't typed it out properly, this is the script. Anybody who has problems? Any problems? I hope everybody's done with this particular script. Let's move on. Okay? Yeah, see? I told you already, I'm extremely lazy. నా వల్ల రెండు ఇఫెల్స్ కన్నా కాదు. But I want to check for multiple conditions. What conditional statement do you think I can use? You know it. I'm pretty sure you all know it. Can someone give them a mic? Acha, I guess mic is occupied. Can we get a round of applause? So how about we write a script that uses switch case to find out the favorite color of the user. Okay? I'll give you the program. Why don't you go ahead and type it out? Okay? This is how it's supposed to look like. Okay? Again, this is just placeholder. You can change it to whatever colors you want it to take. But before that, quickly, I'll explain the syntax. Okay? I guess you know what those first lines do anyway. What do those first lines do? First two lines after shebang. Somebody from the back, why don't you tell me what those first two lines do? No one? Okay, how about someone else who hasn't answered till now? What do those first two lines do? Good. They need input, right? Next, case. That keyword case is how you open a switch statement. Okay? Case, since we're testing the input that's called color, $color. Okay? In. So these are all the cases that we have listed out. Please bear in mind that everything is case sensitive. Okay? I typed out everything in lower case here. So that means that you entered blue, but you use a capital B in the beginning. It will not go to blue. It will not say wow, it's a calming color. It will instead say that's an interesting choice. Okay? Please keep in mind that all cases that you specified here are what? Case sensitive. Good. So if your input is red, it will print as a bold choice. If it's green, it will print as a color of nature. Yada yada yada. If your color is not listed here, this is the default statement. Okay, it will just say, "Ooh, that's an interesting choice." Okay. So these double semicolons are basically the break that you use in C. And I believe you must have learned that after every condition in the switch statement, you write break, right? So that is what these function as. ESAC. What do you think ESAC is? Yeah, its case is written flip. So ESAC is how you end the case statement, okay? It's like end case. Good? I want you all to go ahead, type this program out, give it execute permissions, and then execute it. Okay? Go.
ఏది
అంత పైకి వెళ్ళక్కర్లేదు.
ఏనా
అదే.
అదే నెట్వర్క్
Folks, I got done with this. Who here is having trouble with this program? Anybody else who's facing problems with this particular script?
Hi people, Bash is very sensitive, case sensitive as well. So make sure that you are giving exact spaces and everything. Exact. Like how it is in the screen, you just have to do that. And even if you miss a space, even if you miss a line, it's gonna give you an error. That is what Bash is.
People, are you done with this script? Can we move on? You understood how this works, right? Any doubts? You can raise your hands. None? I don't see any doubts. Moving on. Oh, this is the. All right. We're done with reading inputs were done with variables. We've even used Linux commands inside the script. We've written if-else statements, we've written case statements. బాగా కష్టపడ్డారబ్బా ఇంతవరకు. Let's take a small break, okay? I want you to tell me your songs, your current favorite songs. I want at least one answer from each column or row. I don't know, whatever. Let's start with this corner. Can you tell me your current song, your current favorite? What's on repeat in your playlist right now? This row, column, this set of systems. Can you tell me a song that's on loop for you all right now? Good for you by Selena Gomez. Let me enter that. Okay. So good for you. Second set of people, what's on your playlist? Shower, right? I hope I'm spelling this right. Good. Third set of people, what's on your playlist? What's on repeat? Top song. You all, what's on your repeat? You all don't listen to songs? Sound like you did. What's on repeat in your playlist? Come on. Oh, okay. Cool. This set of people, what's on your playlist? Your BSNL. Sure. This set of people, what's on your playlist? On repeat. No, who's it? అలాగే భయ్యా అలాగే. Moral of the story, I got झूमे जो पठान. This row. Why? Later go. Don't want. Die with a smile. And what was the song? The Search. Okay, so we've gone on a little tour of the lab. You guys have a very varied taste in, well, in songs. I guess there's only one outlier in this entire thing. So, how about we print this playlist? Okay, how about we write a script that will print this exact playlist for us? Okay, let's write that. What do you want to name that script? I'll exit. Playlist, we'll just call it playlist. Okay then. Chalo, we'll create a script called playlist. I want you all to open Nano, create a script called playlist.sh. Okay, go. everybody at least has some sort of a starter code. Okay, you don't have to write exactly this, you can write whatever you want. This is basically just a starter code. Okay. Everybody's finished till this point. Who is still typing this? You haven't entered Nano? No one? Can you please raise your hand if you're done till this point? There's a few people. Let's wait. This and done.
Be nice. And you should buy. Never know how to use it. Just be nice. What do you do? Again, be nice.
कौन? हाँ, बोलो. Okay, everybody done? Can you please raise your hand if you're done till here? Okay, good. That's a majority of people. Okay, now that we have like a few songs, let's create an array. Okay, we'll call that array songs. Okay, works for you all? Good. Songs. Again, please don't. Please don't use any space. Okay, this is how it should look like. Don't use any spaces. Okay, good. So I have the list right here with me. First song is Good For You. Again, this is completely up to you. If you want to put the song names, you can. Otherwise, you can put your own playlist also. Okay, I'm going to use the songs that you all gave me. I noted it down. Okay, let me do that quickly. So this is how it should look like. It doesn't really have to look like that dollar symbol because my list is so long. My nano moved. If I do that, you can see that it's all in a single line. Okay. I hope you all have successfully created an array. Good. Now, we need to play all of the songs one by one. How do I iterate through this array? Good. You use a loop. Will use a very simple loop, for loop. Okay. So, do you know how to iterate through a list in Python? What is the exact line that you write? Can someone get that person a mic, please? Mike, where's the mic? Chalo. Red shirt. Check with specs. I mean, can we have a round of applause? Good. So I'm trying to be flashy right now. So instead of saying for I'm going to say for song. Okay, because we're playing songs in the playlist, right? So let me type that for song. Okay. In. Can you type along with me? I'll type the thing and then I'll explain what it does. Okay. So this is how the for loop should look like. Okay. So I'll tell you. I'll explain the entire thing. Okay. So the line for song in that we are to EP is basically the command that's telling that okay, I'm using a variable that I'm calling song to iterate through my songs case. Okay. We're using the curly braces songs to indicate that okay, this is a array that I've made right now. And we're using the square brackets and the at symbol to say that this variable called song should iterate through every single item that is present in that songs array. Okay? So for that, you need to do. So you're writing that I'm giving a loop. While this loop is true, please keep doing echo. Again, that emoji is completely unnecessary. If you want to do it, you can do it. Otherwise, completely fine. And then I'm asking it to stop for 1 second because the song needs to play and then it will move to the next song. Okay? And we're doing done. That basically says that this for loop has ended. Okay? Who here hasn't understood the for loop? You can raise your hands and explain it. Can I know which part you didn't understand? I know the part. In case you haven't typed the entire program, please type it out. Okay? Folks, I hope that everybody has written this program. Who is done writing this? Can you raise your hand, please? Then shall we give it execute permissions, run it? Good. All right, I've given it execute permissions. Shall we run it? Can I hear a louder yes? Good. This is not supposed to happen. We're supposed to print the entire thing. Where did this come from? Good. It's because of the spaces. So that spaces, Bash is interpreting each and every word as one single element. It's not taking the entire song name as one single element. Let's go into our script, change that and run this again. Okay? I want you all to go back to Nano. So simple quick fixes. Oops, use underscore. Okay? Kahan? Okay.
So that people are just feeling confused with the parentheses and just take a picture.
Now we fixed it. Okay? We'll save it and we'll run it again. See? Now it's printing everything as I intended it to. Yay! Unfortunately, no. You need underscores. I mean, you can use a dash. A hyphen. All right, folks. Is everybody done till here? If you're done, can you please raise your hand? Yes, amazing. So, unfortunately, that brings us to the end of the session. Because of issues today and all the other stuff, I'm so sorry that I can't teach you more than this. But there's still a lot more that you can learn. See, this is what we can do. This is everything that we've learned today, okay? We've learned how to use variables, we've learned how to use conditional statements, and we've also learned how to use loops, okay? So this is what we've seen today. Of course, with Linux, you can also do file handling. There's a bunch of programs that I intended to teach today, but that's not possible right now. So yeah, that's it. Before we go, I have something cool to show you. Let me just do that quickly. Yeah, see, there's so much that you can do with Linux and with Bash scripting. The possibilities are endless. There's a reason why at least know the basics of bash scripting, it's because bash scripting gives you the power of automation. You can automate scripts to run whatever you want. It's very fast, it's very efficient, and don't be afraid to use your terminal. Your terminal is your best friend. Okay? So, yes, that's it for today. Thank you so much for attending. I'm really glad that you could make it today. If you have any doubts, I'm always here. And also, these are our feedback form, Discord servers, and all our socials. So, if you want attendance, please scan the feedback form QR code. And you can also scan the others in case you want to follow us on all our socials. Folks, there's a quick competition for you. Whoever submits the feedback form first will get some swag from our side. There's no internet? Yeah. Hey, you can share. Alright, folks. Alright, folks. That was it for today. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you all had a great time. In case there's anything you didn't understand, or there's something you want to know further, you can always reach out to me, or you can reach out to someone else in the club, and they'll direct you to what all the resources. Alright. Thank you so much for attending.
Screen మొత్తం ఎంచేయాలి.